We are renowned experts in sterility testing. When we invented the Steritest closed filtration device in 1974, we made sterility testing reliable. With the Steritest Symbio pumps, reliable sterility testing is even easier. They speed up and streamline the customer's workflow, maximizing safety, confidence, and convenience. The main design benefits are reduced pump height for an easy access in laminar flow hoods. The compact pump frees working space and loading capacity in isolators and is compatible with vertical and horizontal airflows. In this video, you will see in detail how to use the Symbio pump in LFH. All material needed should be decontaminated before being introduced into the laminar flow hood. Remove all plastic covers from bottles and sanitize the lids. The Steritest Symbio pump under the LFH. Steritest Easy devices. Fluids for pre-wetting and rinsing according to the SOP. Sample whose volume and quantity are determined according to Pharmaceutical and specified in the SOP. Triptych soy broth for aerobic bacteria and yeast and molds. Thioglycolate for anaerobic bacteria. Scissors. Surface decontamination wipes. From the main screen, turn and press the control knob to select either the test method mode or the standard mode. With the test method mode, the operator simply follows a pre-loaded procedure in the pump. The test methods can be created on a computer using the Steritest Symbio software and transferred to the pump either by a network cable or a USB flash drive. In this video, we will use the test method mode with one example of a typical SOP. However, each customer will have a specific SOP which applies to their own product. Aseptically open the package of the Steritest device in the laminar flow hood. Label the canisters with all relevant information for test identification and interpretation. Remove the Steritest device from its package and insert the canisters into the drain tray. Take the tubing straight, push it down in the cover. Make sure the tubing is positioned properly on either side of the tubing guides in the pump head. Slide the tubing from left to right and right to left to ensure that it is correctly positioned. Make sure that the tubing connected to the canister is not under tension. If necessary, slide the tubing to the right in the pump head. Close the pump head by pressing the button. Empty the plugs from the accessory bag into the blister. At this step, a low speed is recommended to maximize the contact time between the pre-wetting fluid and the filter membrane. Aseptically insert the tube set needle through the septum. Start the pump. Keep the pump running and after a few seconds turn the rinse container upside down and place it in the bottle holder. Allow the transfer of 50 milliliters per canister to pre-wet the filter. Remove the pre-wetting fluid container from the bottle holder and place it upright on the work surface. Aseptically place a red plug onto each of the canister's air vents. Allow some of the pre-wetting fluid to filter through the membrane. Remove the red plugs when there is approximately 25 milliliters of liquid left in each canister. This will ensure that the test product will be suspended. Stop the pump. At this step, the recommended speed depends on the sample type. If it's an antibiotic or inhibitory product, use a high speed to minimize the contact time between the product and the membrane. If it's a viscous or foaming product, use a low speed to avoid membrane clogging. Install the red plugs. Aseptically insert the tube set needle through the septum. Start the pump. Invert the sample bottle and install it in the bottle holder. When the sample bottle is empty, remove it from the bottle holder, stop the pump and install the second sample bottle. Start the pump and let it filter until the bottle is empty. Repeat the above steps until the required number of product samples has been processed. Stop the pump. At this step, a low speed is recommended to maximize the contact time between the rinsing fluid and the membrane. Aseptically insert the tube set needle through the septum. Start the pump. Invert the rinsing fluid bottle and install it in the bottle holder. Transfer 100 milliliters of rinse fluid into each canister. Ensure that the fluid does not splash up near the top of the canister. This can block the vent filter and prevent the canister from venting. When the rinse liquid reaches the upper line, place a red plug onto each of the canister's air vents. Allow the rinse fluid to filter entirely through the membrane. Stop the pump. Remove the red plugs from each of the canister's vents. Aseptically insert a yellow plug onto each canister outlet port and turn it a quarter turn. Take care not to touch the outlet ports or the inside of the yellow plugs. Put the canisters back onto the drain tray. Clamp off one tubing using one of the clamps on the sampling needle side. Note that one tubing has a black line and the other does not. Aseptically remove the tube set needle from the rinsing fluid bottle and insert it into the triptych soy broth bottle septum. Start the pump. After a few seconds, invert the medium bottle and transfer the entire contents into the canister. Turn the bottle upright, wait for the tubing lines to clear, and stop the pump. Repeat the media filling step with a thioglycolate bottle on the second canister after clamping off the opposite tubing line so that the remaining empty canister can be filled with thioglycolate. Note that for thioglycolate, fill-in is done at a low speed, maximum 30, to ensure the aeration is minimal and media returns as quickly as possible to its double layer state. Stop the pump and open all clamps in order to equilibrate the pressure. Open the pump head. Remove the tubing from the pump head. Using the clamps located on the canister side, clamp off both tubing lines approximately 8 cm above the canister inlets. Cut the tubing approximately 2 cm above the clamps using sterile scissors. Be careful not to cut the tubing where droplets remain. Bend the tubing and connect the cut end to the luer slip of the vent on each canister. Incubate canisters in accordance with applicable pharmacopoeia recommendations. At intervals during the incubation period and at its conclusion, examine the media for macroscopic evidence of microbial growth. If the material being tested renders the medium turbid, so that the presence or absence of microbial growth cannot be readily determined by visual examination, 14 days after the beginning of incubation, transfer portions of the medium, each not less than 1 milliliter, to fresh media and incubate for not less than 4 days. If no evidence of microbial growth is found, the product to be examined complies with the test of sterility. If evidence of microbial growth is found, the product to be examined does not comply with the test of sterility unless it can be clearly demonstrated that the test was invalid for causes unrelated to the product to be examined.